Last time on Just Create, we expanded our factory, unalived ourselves a few times, and put up a poll for train names. And look at this, the Copper Comet wins. So let's get this named up. Sorry, Betsy, it wasn't your time, but there we go, the Copper Comet. Excellent. So in today's episode, we will finally automate creation of lots of power items to supply our shop over here in our factory. Well, the shop's not over here in the factory, but we're going to automate the things in the factory to put into the shop. And this is the stuff that we're going to be making today, as well as a couple of other bits up here, and some sheets as well. So yeah, lots of crafting grids, I think. But before we get to that, we've got some posters to hang up. You see, the problem is Beardy Power Co. has been getting a bad rep, partly from false claims of lag-causing power stations and something about the power tokens changing. So, the company has invested in a range of advertisements to reiterate the good things we do. And we also have a train station at spawn in desperate need of some decoration. So let's go grab our camera, some frames, and see what we can do. Now, the first place I actually want to put these is somewhere they're probably never actually going to be seen. Oh, the body's still here. We'll have to work around that. Never did find out what that was about. And we've got 3 posters here, designed by the always awesome Lois. We have this one, Beardy Power Co. We bring the stress to you. We've got this one, if it's not beard, it's not geared. Only with Beardy Power Co. your stress-free days are gone. Love the puns. And lastly, penny for your talk. I think this might be my favourite one. It's more stress for less. And I do need to space these out a little bit better. There we go. Nice bit of colour in the corridor. And maybe we should put some on the opposite wall as well. Looking good. And I've got a blue variant of this one I've put at the end here. But now we need to get some in some more visible places. And to be honest, this platform could also do some seating, some bins, and maybe a bit of foliage. So let's just spend a bit of time making this look nice. There we go, that's looking better. We've just got some seating in, some flower boxes, a couple of posters, and the bright green seats really help to add a splash of colour out here as well. But these posters are looking awesome. So much so, I think I do actually want one of these in real life hanging on my wall, but the problem is they're all so awesome, I don't know which one I'd actually want. I mean, maybe we could even turn these posters into merch so you can hang them on your own wall? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments and maybe we can actually have some fresh merch. It's been a while. I'd be curious to know which one is your favourite. And who knows, maybe we'll get some more done too, just because they look cool. Right, so Vinny, we need to get you some stock. And although we're not going to automate every single thing in here, like hand cranks, for example, there's literally no point. I can just make a stack of those almost instantly. And no one's actually going to buy them, let's be honest. Some of this stuff definitely needs full automation, like pipes and tanks and steam engines and things like that. At the end of the day, if I can't sell everyone power, I'll at least sell them the things that they need to make power. Let's go sort out my inventory and get building. Oh, hello, what's this? You deserve this for putting up with me all day, Foxy. Ah, Mr. Beardstone's mace. I hope he got himself a new one and that isn't just the one that he had already. Oh, wait a minute. Stam's online. I wonder.
Hand it over.
Well then, if you do this first time, I'm going to be so mad.
What? What? What?
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't just me. It was just me. What's this? What's this?
What? Oh, train warehouse.
Ooh, train warehouse.
Yeah.
Nice. So I'm going to be able to send a train to drop stuff off and then stock my shops.
Very soon.
Ah, that's amazing. Cool, because I'm almost completed with my smart factory that's making all my shop stock.
You're just gonna automate everything, huh?
Well, no, I just want to automate all the things that go in my shop. It just turns out that to get to that, I need to automate lots of other stuff. And while I was doing it, I was like, well, I could also make brick blocks. Well, I could also make sandstone. I could also make red sandstone and so on. And yeah, and here we are. So Stam's building a station warehouse. This is very good news. Not that we have a train station by our factory district or even a freight train yet, but it's fine. We'll get to that soon. For now, let's go finish that factory. And I think we'll put the mace in here for safekeeping. Alrighty, so the challenge today is to craft these things, and to be honest with you, most of this is going to be done the same way, using crafting grids, and I'm probably going to have individual crafting grids for each recipe we need. A few things, such as the pumps and the valves, actually we can use mixers for, which is good, because they're a lot smaller. But first, we've still got a little bit more processing to do. I need to make sheets, I need to make these 3, and I figured while I'm doing it, I may as well make brass ones as well. And then we need to make shafts and cogs, which I think we need a saw for the shafts, and we need a mixer for the cogs. So basically, we just need 6 new machines. Question is where to put them. I want to save the space down here for the crafters because they're probably going to be quite big. Do we have any space around here? Oh, hello. There's a bit of space here. So we can fit the 4 presses in this area, I reckon. And it's going to be exactly the same setup as this, but 4 long instead of 3. So let's quickly get this in, and I'll bring you back in once it's done. It should only take a moment. Wait a minute. What am I doing? I don't need bowls and things. I just need presses over belts. That should do it. We've got 1 for each of the sheets, although I do need to give them some goggles. Then we've got the 4 presses going into this vault and then being sent back to storage. And that's all the gauges set up, so we should get 20 stacks of each of those. Now, we need a saw, a mixer, and another 2 mixers for these, but I think everything else needs crafters. So, 3 mixers and a saw. I reckon we might be able to get the 3 mixers in over here with basically the same setup we just did upstairs, but with mixers. So it did occur to me that what I was doing over there was completely wrong because each of these mixers actually have 2 ingredients, which means I need to do much bigger mixers. And then I got concerned about space, so I've just been working some things out, and yeah, there's cobble everywhere. But the plan is to put in 10 auto crafters along here. This should be the amount of space that they take up each. We're going to have 3 double mixers down here. Then we're going to have a saw for the shafts over here. And a singular mechanical crafter over here just for making the plain wooden sails. But you've seen me build loads of machines over the last couple of episodes. And I don't know about you, but I want to crack on and get some other building done. So as we get this part of the factory wrapped up, let's do a quick time lapse and I'll walk you through it once we're done. Lots of stuff happening. Look at all the flashing lines and lights. And I think we're actually almost done here. I do need to get some more brass casings just to fill out the back of these, make them a bit more solid. But if we have a little look through, we're making fluid valves over here, but it looks like we've actually already filled up on those. Yep, that we have. We have our bright green lights. We've got fluid pumps being made here, cogs being made here. And then all of these crafters have got their own jobs. We've got water wheels, we've got steam engines, we've got windmill bearings and windmill sails and all sorts. And then at the back here, we're making shafts via this saw. We're making just the frame versions of the windmills, so these ones here, the sail frames. We're making those just with a single crafter. And in order to make the steam engines, I also had to put this in, which just makes copper blocks for us. And as you can see, everything is working busily. We're still going to need to manually make a couple of things, such as the valves here, as well as the hand cranks and the smart fluid pipes, because we have not automated redstone or any of that stuff that we would need to be able to actually make those automatically. And I still need to automate the blaze burners, and we can do that by linking up to the netherrack there and the iron sheets. Set the recipe, but I'm not going to send it off just yet, because I need to load some netherrack into the system to be able to make those. But look at all the stuff this factory makes. There's just so much of it. Although we've instantly burnt through all the wood that we had, so yeah, that's got some catching up to do. So it's gonna be a little while before all of this is actually ready to send over to our shop because, well, we need it to craft up. But this is good. We can definitely actually stock our shop this episode. But I guess the next thing we need to do is decorate this factory. It looks, well, it looks bad, doesn't it? Let's be honest. The shape is nice, but it's missing any form of detail whatsoever. We've got to sort out the parking area out the front. To be honest, I might sort out a little bit of the landscape around here as well. But yeah, this really does need to look a lot better. And I think I've got a lot of the blocks that I'm going to need to do the texturing over here already, but I'm probably still going to need a whole lot more. And as you can see, with all this running, the power's only got 77,000 SU remaining. So yeah, we're going to have to really think about a power upgrade pretty soon, I think. Question is, can we actually automate netherrack? We can. Netherwort and andesite. So we could probably get away with making a blaze cake farm. We do have infinite lava over here as well. And then once we've got a way to ship blaze cakes over there, we can swap out the lava feeding system for the cakes instead. And then if we slap some more steam engines on, we should be able to double our power, which is excellent, but that's a project for another day. For now, we've got a lot of makey look nice to do, because I do want to sort out the interior of these factories as well if I can. Although some of them are so rammed, it's going to be quite difficult. There's not a lot of space in here whatsoever. But despite that, I think I've made some progress. So I've just tidied up this area here a little bit by messing it up and adding lots of random things in. And I've just tried to scatter around some components of the things we're making in the factory. I've also put up some safety fences in certain places so you can't wander into the machinery. We've got stacks of pipes and windmill bearings and other pipes. And I've also sorted out some proper lighting as well. And I've tried to make sure it doesn't interfere with the chains anywhere, and I think we're safe. I've also added in some support beams here and there, just using the girders so that the machines aren't floating down here, because that was looking a bit weird. And then up here, we've got more safety fences just to separate where the machines are and kind of direct you where you need to go. And the same through here, although I could do with a bit of texture on the floor by the looks of it. Then we've also got this cool rack here, which is just for storing water wheels, because that's something else we're making in this factory. And once again, we just got a bit of lighting in and some girders and things for support. And the top floor is looking pretty bland. It's basically just the cobble generators. I've once again added in a support structure just to hold things up, and I guess that torch doesn't want to be there anymore. I have added in some lighting elsewhere, and there is lighting down the back here, so we definitely don't need that torch. But I think what I need to do now is work on the texturing. So that's the floor here, as well as the exterior of all the different parts of this building. In fact, I think we should get some girders up in this bit here, just to give that some more support. It looks a bit weird without it. So I think we're going to do the granite part first. And I don't want to do too much with it. We are going to grab a little bit of terracotta while it's there. There's not much there at all. And maybe a bit of dripstone as well. And we'll mix that in with some cut granite and some normal granite. And I think that will probably just about do it. I don't want to do too much to this. I just want to have a few patches that look a little bit worn. And of course, we need to get in some windows and some side detail on the building as well. But let's not get carried away. Let's do the texturing first. And as I say, I don't want to overdo it with this. I just want to have a few patches where it looks a little bit more worn, something like that. And then we're still going to have large patches of just brick where everything is absolutely fine. Thinking maybe a window in here could look quite nice. What glass do I have down here? I think we all know the answer. It's probably just going to be weathered glass, isn't it? Not that I mind. It's a nice glass. And if we're going to do that, I quite like the idea of maybe making the underneath of the windows a little bit darker as well. So that's the granite side of things done all the way round. We've got that done around the back here as well. We've added in a bunch of new windows, and that's looking pretty good. So I think we're just going to work our way up, which means we're going to sort out the balcony here and this brown mud building. So we'll grab some brown mushrooms, some mud bricks, maybe a little bit of spruce, but that might be a bit dark. We'll test it out. And what else do we have here? I mean, there's a bit more spruce. That might come in handy. I think I'd quite like some rooted dirt as well. I think that could mix well, but we don't have any here. So I think we need to pay a visit to Chosen's dirty little shop. This one right here. Although, what's this? Balloon? Whoa! Okay, that's just creepy. Incredibly creepy. But as I was saying, this is Chosen's shop. However, I believe if we go to the back alley, we get things a little bit cheaper. There's 1 diamond for a stack of 64, or 4 diamonds for a stack of 64. So yeah, we definitely want to be using the back alley prices. So let's just buy a package of that. To Foxy Yes Tail. Excellent. And packages here. There we go. Beautiful. While I'm here, I'm also going to grab some bars and some walls because we need to put an edge on that balcony. Right, so question. Can I put a door in here? Ooh, can I? Can I? Maybe. I can get one in on the side there. I'll remove that. And we'll just build up this wall again, but we're going to try some of our new blocks. Rooted dirt too much? The oak planks too much? I wonder, would the dripstone work here as well? I think the dripstone does, actually. That looks quite nice. Let's quickly jam a door in here. Yeah, I think that works. And then we'll stick a fence across here and another door in the back. And I think if we're about to do some texturing on this upper floor here, it might make sense for me to go get my jetpack. It just makes things a bit easier. But before we crack on with this, I forgot to mention, I've made a few changes around here on the outside. I did a stream a short while ago, and if we fly over here, you can see there's a giant flat area with lots of rail going on. And basically this is going to be our storage area. So we're going to have sort of a main storage room, maybe a workshop, a train yard to park our trains when they're not being used. And most importantly, we're going to have a train drop off and pick up and logistics system over here. So the idea is that we'll keep the main line clear, but then when trains are picking up and dropping things off, they'll come into here. They'll go into one of these 4 platforms. I mean, I only really need 1 platform, but I thought 4 would look better because it means we can build a giant building. But as you can see, in order to get this space, I've had to go over the top of a frozen river, which means we're going to have a whole bunch of terraforming to do. We've got some lighting up to do under there as well. well. But we've essentially connected this island here to this island here just to give us enough space to be able to do this. So if you do want to see how that came together in our decision-making process, then do go over to the second channel and check out the latest stream VOD. But I guess that's just a sneak peek at what we've been doing over on stream. And yeah, we will do a proper video focusing on that area and building up all the trains and the warehouse and whatnot. But not right now. We still got to finish this building first. Now I've got my jetpack. It should be a whole lot easier. Now that's looking a bit better, and I've added some skylights in the top as well. But this wall here is looking a bit bland, so I'm going to see what I've got and just stick some stuff to the side of the wall. Yeah, look at that. Much better. Just a bunch of random junk. But it makes a real difference. I like it. So next up, we're going to do this building here, and we can't really add texture to this because it sort of breaks the blocks and does weird things, and it's going to look very, very odd if we try and add some texture to this building. But it doesn't mean we can't add some detail. I'm thinking, I mean, to be honest, we need to tie in these as well, really, these vaults. What are we going to do about these? I mean, a big fluid tank here with some pipes going into the side of this building could look quite cool, but in regards to this stuff here, I think we just kind of need to build up some clutter and so on around the outside. But I also need to sort out the floor and the wall down here as well. I think I quite like the idea of extending these windows up a bit as well. They look a little bit odd being that short, especially on this side. I think they'll definitely look better if they were maybe 2 blocks taller. But anyway, enough waffle. Let's see what we can do. Now that is looking a whole lot better. We've just got a tank and some random pipes, and I've just added some clutter around the vaults just to kind of show what they're storing. So we've got steam engines and water wheels, pumps, just because they stack well, and a bunch of cobble because that's what it all starts from. We've even got some pipes over here. We've got another one of those water wheel rack type things. And I've even sorted out the car park area. I've got some railing up. This thing's definitely starting to come together, but we've still got to sort out the brick building. And to be honest, I feel like the factory is missing something. Maybe it needs like some giant chimneys or something. Maybe over here. I mean, if we were to potentially use like some wood types instead of brick or metal and just get like some oaky, sprucey chimney type things in, that could make the profile of the factory look quite cool. Which, considering it's looked hideous for the last 2 episodes, I'm quite excited to get this looking good finally. Thing is, if I'm going to add chimneys out of wood, I need to go get some wood. I don't really have much here with me. Well, I don't have much wood. I've clearly got way too much stuff here now. So I'm just starting to work out the chimneys here, and I think we're going to have 2, and they're going to be quite large, at least at the bottom, and then we'll taper them off as they get taller. Size-wise, I think something like that could work. I mean, maybe I should knock off a couple of blocks from the top, but I think in general that's not too bad. And what I want to do is make it darker at the top, so we'll probably start with some dark oak, and then we'll turn into spruce, a bit of oak log, then some oak planks, and just work our way down so it's darker at the top and lighter at the bottom. And this is where the jetpack comes in handy. That's better. Now it's got a bit more form going on. Next up, the brick building and the roof here. The roof and the brick building are now done. I think that's looking pretty good. And we also sorted out this bit round the back here, although it does need a bit of texture. And in fact, this whole wall and coastline needs sorting out. But before we get to that, let's have a look and see how our stuff is doing. We're full on most things. We still need water wheels and fluid tanks and barrels. I mean, we're not selling barrels. They're only needed for the fluid tanks. But other than that, we're doing quite well. Although we're still also not making the blaze burners yet because I haven't bought over the netherrack. So we're not quite ready to stock the shop yet. But while that builds up, we've got a whole lot of planning we need to do. As I mentioned earlier, we are putting in a sort of railway yard over here where we're going to deliver all of our factory items to, which is going to go into storage and occasionally off to the shopping district. So we know what's happening over there, but over here, we've still got a bit of a mess going on. We've got holes in the terrain, we've got sticky outy bits. I don't really know what's going on with this coastline, and although the shape's not too bad, the blocks not so good. I also need to work out how the train line's going to integrate into the land properly, figure out more holes and things that we've got around this side, and essentially prep this land for more factories, because we've got a lot we need to get on and build. Most notably, a blaze cake factory to up our power. And in regards to infrastructure, we're also going to need a bridge across here for the railway. We're probably going to need another one for a road. I mean, we could make one giant wide bridge, but we might make 2 different ones. I don't know yet. We'll deal with that later. But first, I do just want to prep this landscape here. I want to have a couple of different levels. I don't want everything on one level, so we're not going to be completely flattening it out. But I do need to get rid of some of these nubbins and things like that that are just sticking out and fill in the holes and all that sort of stuff. So we've got a whole lot of terraforming ahead of us. And I doubt we're going to get it all done today, but we can certainly make a start. So I best get digging. This doesn't bode well.
Oh,
We've got some words.
Yeah, we have some words. You
Oh,
you see these.
Yeah. You use them for making fireworks and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So I bought a lot of these. Chosen bought even more, and the day after that, you changed them without giving us a notice. So I contacted my legal team.
Whoa. I did give notice. I put a little notice on the thing saying that I changed the tokens.
Not prior notice.
Sorry, you didn't specify that. Carry on.
My document specifies it.
Your
pretty
document?
well. Yes. My legal team has a new assistant. They printed it on an A3 paper.
I assure you, I'm just going to the bed. I assure you, I'm just going to the bed. I'm not running away. There we go. Look, clear up the weather. We don't need any dismal weather on a glorious day like today when we're all hanging out as friends.
You know, thunderstorms.
Friends, you say?
Yes, friends.
Okay. You have a wall somewhere where I can put this A3 paper on.
A3 paper.
Yeah, the new assistant at the legal team is not that hasn't figured out the.
This looks very official.
Oh, it is.
Right, plaintiff's tokens. It's Beardy power complex agreement. Yeah. I also did say not to bulk buy them. Just saying. Carry on reading. Plaintiffs notified. Grace period. Blah 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 blah. Boring court stuff. So why are you taking me to court? I'm not reading that.
First of all, this is 5 stacks of diamonds that we just. I mean, he has more, but for me, it's 5 stacks of diamonds that I just.
5 stacks of diamonds.
5 diamonds. My bad.
I was gonna say, sounds like you overpaid. Are you telling me that you're taking me to court over 5 diamonds?
I mean, it's more so that you change without giving prior notice. So if you look at this, mandate the exchange is just giving us a 1-to-1 rate on the new ones. So if you just exchange me all these tokens for new ones, I'll be fine with that. But also,
I don't have to go to court if I just exchange the tokens.
That's fine. But then you also have to do the rest.
What's the rest? A public apology ceremony conducted at spawn in a full chicken costume with accompanying kazoo band. Where am I going to get kazoo band?
Oh,
No,
you
guys.
figure it out.
1 lifetime coupon granting I told you so privileges, redeemable anytime. Beardy changes server mechanics again. I mean, that seems fair. 1 day trip to theme park of choice. All expenses paid, including 1 meal and unlimited churros. Well, I hope you pick a theme park with churros then, because I don't know of any. But, right, okay. Any further relief the court deems just and proper? Well, I mean, that bottom bit, we can ignore that, because as far as I'm concerned, this is not going to court. I feel like you could have just come and asked me at any point to trade the tokens, and I would have just given you the trade.
I tried though.
I didn't think about that.
I did. I tried to contact your support line, and I got a hold of Jimmy or Timmy or something.
Yeah, that's probably why you didn't get very far. It was probably a mistake to put them on the helpline, to be fair. I'm happy to exchange your tokens. That's fine. Obviously, it'll be 4 diamonds because I already gave you a stack of the new tokens.
Sure, that's fine. I'm gonna live with that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm surprised that worked.
Wait. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
What?
32.
What? That does not equal 32.
Chosen. Oh my god. You said I have
You have 16 stacks chosen. 16 stacks. Unbelievable. Okay, right. I'll tell you what. I will get these exchanged for you. I will set up a little exchange platform at the Power Co shop.
Okay.
It will be there later today because the Power shop is actually about to get stocked as well. Look, have you seen this?
Ooh, nice.
You see look at all this.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's organized.
Well, kind of. It's automating all the things. All of this just to stock my Power shop.
Oh yeah, with all the copper stuff.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess our diamonds are probably gonna end up right back in.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I like. Yes, that's what I like to hear. But I will set up an exchange for you so you can exchange a stack of paper tokens for the new tokens. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. And theme park of choice. I think we might be able to arrange something there. Keep an eye out for a coupon.
Ooh.
Kind of, but no. It's less Disney, more, I don't know, not Disney.
Like 6 Flags. Oh, he's taking us to Six Flags.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Six Flags. Yeah, we'll go with Six Flags. Yeah, that's definitely what we're doing. Oh, well, I'm glad we've got this all sorted then. You'll be able to exchange your power tokens shortly, and we'll go to a theme park somehow. How could we possibly do that? Yeah, maybe we could rustle up everyone else as well, and we'll figure out how to go to a theme park. That'll be a lot of fun. There is one other thing that I need to talk to you about, Chosen.
Uh-oh.
Can we go back to spawn?
Uh-huh.
I wanted to talk to you about this building, right?
Uh-huh.
I love it. I think it's fantastic, but I think it could maybe do with a bit of a splash of color. So I was wondering, if you don't mind, if I could potentially rent this wall from you.
Just this wall?
Just this wall. I'd have to remove the light fitting and maybe trim the hedges a little bit, but could I potentially use this wall temporarily? I mean, I say temporarily. For the season. I'll pay you handsomely.
Sure.
Yeah? You're okay with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine.
So if I give you these, I can, that wall's mine now, right? It's
sure.
Look, it's fine.
Think about it.
I'll show you what it's for. I'll show you why. I'm just lowering the hedge ever so slightly. I just want to put up a little advert.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
No,
yeah,
see,
that's fine.
But because you're an advocate for the power, I didn't think you'd mind if I just rented your wall, so that every time Throwlash and Foxy look in this direction, they just see the glory of Beardy Power Co.
Oh yeah, maybe if you want to put another one like right on the other empty wall over here, I'd be down with that too.
Oh really? I'll put one over here as well. Beautiful.
Oh, that one's even better.
Isn't it just? I think that's my favorite one.
Oh, that's great. By the way, we don't have any like rules against like milking things, right?
I'm sorry, what? What kind of a question is that?
Never mind.
Surely you're milking cows, right?
Good. Sure.
Eggs. What else could he possibly be milking?
You want to play chess?
You want to play chess? You want to play chess now?
I've got chess, yeah.
Okay. Are you good at chess, by the way?
My elo is 500.
I don't even know what that means.
That's checkmate, boy.
Oh, because you've covered me from the diagonal. I didn't see that. Oh, no. Right, well, I'd say that was a pretty good result. Not the chess, obviously, because I lost at the chess. But yeah, had they have just asked to change the power tokens, I would have done it. I couldn't change them when I initially swapped over the tokens because I didn't know how many stacks everyone had. So yeah, we'll build a nice little exchange over in the shop here. And to be honest, we can probably finally get this place stocked. And I'm very pleased that we managed to get some posters up on Chosen's buildings as well. That makes me very happy. Good news, the shop is mostly stocked. I just need to add some blaze burners, which we did eventually bring the netherrack over for, but while we were waiting for that, I also finished up the terraforming out here. At least finished it for now. We'll probably change this as we go forward and build new factories and things like that. But we've got a few different levels sorted out. We've got a space where the road can go and also come around this way and so on, so we can have a bit of a loop road. We'll still need to put in a road bridge over here somewhere as well, and I might put that on this side because then it kind of gives me a purpose to have this bit over here, and then we'll still have space for another factory. And we've still got to sort out the coastline. I've just replaced it all with grass for now, but it's looking very square in some places. I want to make this all rocky and very natural and cool. But anyway, let's go get these blaze burners in stock. Although I forgot to pick them up. Good job, Beardy. There they are. I left them in the barrel. Now, we are selling empty and full blaze burners, so I guess we should probably go in here. Just fill up a whole bunch of these. Ow. Ow. Yep, should know that was going to happen at some point. And that is the final items stocked. At least the final items for now. So I did make some hand cranks, and I also made, what else was it? The valves. Oh, I do need to set those up, actually. Let's grab the tablecloth, right-click on this guy. I think we'll do 16 for a diamond. That seems fair. There's a fair amount of copper that goes into these. I also manually made some speedometers, which can, of course, also be turned into stressometers. And the only thing we're still missing are the filtered pipes. And yeah, I don't have a good source of redstone to actually be able to do that at the moment. So we'll have to come back to that one. But I've also got the token exchange, and as per the contract, they can exchange them 1 for 1, quite literally, so they could be there a while. But if they don't want to waste their time, they can pay 64 and they'll get 48. I'm doing exactly what they asked me to do in offering them 1 for 1. But because I'm nice, I've also offered them a quicker way to change up their tokens happens as well. Just happens I might make a bit of profit out of it. Right, well, I'd say that's a job well done today. We got the train station looking nice. We wormed our way out of having to go to court. We did some terraforming, and we've actually stocked the power shop after finally finishing that factory. Busy day. And that factory schematic will, of course, be available to all Patreon members, YouTube members, and Twitch subscribers over on Discord. Well, sadly, that is all we've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.